this video, we're going to take a look at the UDesignIt tool inside of the Floriani Total Control U software. And the UDesignIt is, the icon is located right here up at the top. And this just allows you to do some unique things with some designs here. Now, if I click this icon, it's going to load a dialog box here. And this is just showing me what I have available. And just so you know, the software comes with this collection, which is a series of monsters. Now Floriani does sell additional license or design packs that are made specifically for UDesignIt. You can contact your local dealer to see which ones are available. But we're going to focus only on this one, which is the free one that comes with the software. And so you can see that on the screen, this is showing me all the bodies. So this is the bodies of the monsters. There's a number of them here. You can play around with them and see for yourself. I'm going to click on this one right here. And all I have to do is select it. And then it's going to come over here into the preview. And this is an important part of this software, are these little things that are called these magnets. These are these little blue dots here. Now, how these are created is these are all digitized as separate pieces. Like the body is digitized separate from the arms, the legs, and whatever else comes with it. But the unique thing is these magnets, when they create these, the magnets are meant to line up with each other. So when I click on the right arm here, for instance, it's going to stick right here to this magnet. Now, it's kind of a neat little feature. And if I come down here, I can put it in 3D view. I can hide the magnets, but I like to see where they're at. And I usually generally work in the regular mode without 3D. The background right now is set at this gray. If you were working with something that was gray, I guess you could change the color to whatever you would like. I could make it white if I wanted to. I could make it any of these colors or use the scale. It's like endless opportunities here. Let's make it a darker gray just to show you what I'm talking about here. So that's kind of how you can change it. Let's go back to the default of this lighter gray color and hit OK. I like to use this gray because not many designs have that on the outside edge. And if you're doing a design that was white, you wouldn't really see it in the background. So that's kind of why it's gray. So let's take a look at the things or the elements we can add. I showed you by adding a right arm. But right here it says all elements. These are where all of the elements are located. If I click this drop down, you can see I have head left, head right, arm left, arm right, left leg, leg left, and leg right. So let's go to the head left. So now this is going to show me everything, and you can see that these all turned orange, and this one is blue. That lets me know that this is the one that it's going to apply something to. Okay, so I could do like this one right here, this head left, and it actually attaches it right there. And I can do any of them that I want, and you can just see the different options you have. I'm going to go back up to this one. I think it's kind of funny. I'm going to select that one. And that's what you do with this. You just have fun with it. This is just to create some unique designs. These are kind of fun too. Little eye coming off of it, but I don't think it works as well with this character. So now let's go to head right. So now I can focus specifically on that one. I could have something different if I wanted to, but you know, with my OCD, I kind of have to have the same thing or else it would drive me crazy. So I'm going to do that right there. And let's go down to arm left because we already have one on the right. You can see the different options you have here. There's different arms. I'm going to choose this one. Again, to be uniform. Arm right we already had, but you can see it's the same options. And let's go to leg left. And let's go ahead and click on that one. That one looks pretty good. That one doesn't necessarily fit that character. That one would work. I could make that one work. I could kind of make that work here. that one really seems like it fits because of the hands, doesn't it? Let's go, just showing you the different options that you have. Each one comes with multiple options, and we can edit them further, but I'm going to choose this one. And now I'm going to go to the last one, which is leg right. And I'm going to just scroll through. You can see they're the same as the options for the left. They're just for the other leg. And you can see that that puts it there. So once I get that, now what? Well, I might look at this and say, I don't like how it kind of comes off. Let me go ahead and click on it. And so I'm just left clicking on it. And what I want to do is just like kind of see what I can do with it. So I can hide those magnets. I can right click on the point right here. And now I get the option to rotate, to reset the rotation, nudge it, make it the first, last, kind of move the sequence. But let me go to this rotate. And when I do that, notice that this little box comes up and there's this green dot. Well, if I click it, I can drag it. So I could make it shaped a little bit more like, let's say, right here. And that looks okay, but I still need to get it a little bit different position. So I'm going to come over to nudge. And when I select nudge, now I can just kind of nudge it into place. So if this is kind of what I would like it to be, I can do that. Let me come over to this one, right click, and let's do a rotate. And let's rotate this one a little bit. And then let's right click it and go to nudge. And that looks pretty uniform there. It looks, pretty close to the same there. I can do the same thing with this one. I can right click on it and I can choose to rotate it. So I could have this one in a little bit different of a position as the other one. I can nudge it or reset that rotation. And nudging it, I might want to nudge it a little bit and bring it in. I think that looks a little bit better. Let's go over to this one and let's right click. Well, before I do, I don't know if you noticed that when I right clicked, it did just bring up something, but not sure why. Let's go ahead and rotate this a little. I'm going to bring it down a little bit as well, and then right click on it, and I'm going to nudge it. And I'm going to bring this one in a little bit because I think it will look a little bit better, brought in some. There we go. Now let's go down to this one. You can just see, like, for some reason the nudge came right up on that one. But I can rotate this foot a little bit. I might want it to be a little bit more like that. That looks pretty good to me. And do the same thing for this one. Rotate it a little bit. I might even want to rotate it in a little bit so it is in a different position. So that gives you kind of an idea of what you can do. And once you have it set, all you need to do is hit OK. And it will bring that in. Let's go ahead and do that. So you see that when I bring it in, the design is exactly how I rotated it and made everything work. And you can see the design shows up here. It's really kind of a neat feature, but there's more to it. So let's go ahead and take a look here. I'm going to go back into UDesignIt here. And for this one, I'm going to just choose something different. And let's choose this one's really weird. So let's go ahead and choose it. Why not, right? And I'm going to keep all elements here. So instead of like going through one at a time, I'm just going to look at on this one. I kind of want to do something weird like that. And that. I know it's kind of bizarre, but you can do it. These would be even interesting too, I guess. This one might fit it a little better. This one, by clicking on that point, it brought me right into the head left, and it took me out of the all elements. So let me go back into the all. And let me just choose this one, head left. This is looking really weird. That even looks kind of funny. Let's put a bow on this one. And for the other head, It's a little too much for me. I have to be honest. Okay, we'll do that one. And so we have a couple things there. Let's go ahead and now take a look at, we'll just do something simple. Left leg and a right leg. And did we pass up the arms? We did. Let's do those. So you can see, and now I could play around with it. I could rotate it. I could do all that. But what I really wanted to show you is another feature of it. And that feature is I could just, do that if I want. But I can hit this play. It's a randomizer. If I hit play, you'll notice it's going to just run through a few options. It's going through all of these. And if I found something that I kind of liked, that I thought was kind of unique, and this would be kind of fun to do with a kid that, you intentionally make it really weird. It'd be kind of fun to work with. Like if I like that one, I can hit stop. And when I hit stop, it brings it up. But let's say I hit stop too late and I really wanted the one before it. I can go back one at a time or forward. So I'll hit play again. So you can see there's a lot of different arms and legs, and so it can look really kind of goofy, but that one I kind of like. It's a little different, but those are not really touching it. So let's stop at this one. So I can just use that as a way to kind of play with it. Now the other design collections using the randomizer it actually is kind of helpful because there's a lot of elements that could be switched that would all work together a little bit better, possibly. So if I wanted to reset it, I could hit reset right here, and it will take me back to kind of where I was. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to hit OK and bring it in, and you can see that that's the design that it came up with. So UDesignIt is a pretty neat little feature, and there are a lot of design collections available for it. I would not be surprised, mostly because I had it in as a feature request, but I would not be surprised down the road if you get the ability to create your own collections. And that would be a lot of fun to create your own, get the ability to make your own design collections that elements can be swapped in and out of. So I hope that you will play around with the UDesignIt. If it's something that you really are more interested in, contact your dealer because there are some other collections. You can find those on the R&K Distributing website as well. You can see the different collections that are available. So I hope that you enjoy the UDesignIt feature. We'll see you in the next video.